Greetings and welcome to an experiment I've been wanting to make for a very long time. For those that don't know, some months ago I actually tried a challenge, Ragnvaldr S Ending solo item only in Fear and Hunger. It was one of the first challenges I've ever made and it actually became a trilogy you can still watch in the VOD section of my channel. But when I look back at these VODs, I think not all the people want to watch 10 plus hours of suffering and farming with Pinecone pig, but the point is, I want this to be a little bit more accessible, and that's why an idea that I've been in my mind for like 3 months at this moment, it's finally gonna be put to fruition. So, make yourself comfy, take some popcorn if you want, and prepare, because you're in for a freaking roller coaster. This is Fear and Hunger Ragnvaldr item only.
Welcome guys to the challenge that ends all challenges.
As you can see even from the start, the excitement was on the roof. I was so happy to try this challenge, also because I thought actually that it was gonna be impossible, because I don't test these challenges offline. No, what you see on the stream, it's the literal first attempt. But let's not rush this, okay? First of all, let's go to the rules. As you can see, I'm not allowed to attack, I cannot use skills in battle. This means all the skills, run, talk, loving whispers if you want. No. In battle, I cannot use skills. Then, I wanted to limit also the usage of skills outside of battle, in particular the skills that give me an advantage in battle, for example marksmanship, which kills enemies, and guard, which gives me another turn, necromancy, which would have allowed me to actually get more party members, and also uncontrollable party members, that would have attacked and not used items, that's why I banned it. Demon Seed is there because...
Okay guys, at the time I didn't know Demon Seed was unusable in hard mode, okay?
Then I cannot use the debug spots, which are basically spots left from the developer where you can get free stuff forever. I cannot farm offline, and you may say, wait, this is hard mode, how do you farm offline? It's very simple. If you continue, you're gonna see run skill is allowed in the exceptions while I'm farming. You're gonna understand in the future. And also, I cheated 99 Book of Enlightenment to use only in 2 cases, suspend the run at the end of the stream or in case of softlock. Because since this challenge may take a lot of time, and it will, I don't want the run to be over just because I need to sleep or something, okay? Or because of a softlock, a crash, because we know Fear and Hunger is full of bugs. Okay, and also there is a bonus challenge that it's very important. Kill every soul boss. What does this mean? Do you know, for Ragnvaldr S Ending you need to kill these bosses right here. The point is, we are gonna try to kill all of them, because we could just use empty scrolls to get their souls, but the extra challenge is to kill them all. But without further ado, let's jump in. I'm gonna die. Let's go! We actually didn't have a very lucky beginning, because I accidentally entered in battle with Squidward right here, and I think I can use this to explain a very particular problem of this type of challenge, okay? You see, the run skill is banned because it's a skill, but if you use the battle menu, so if you click X while on the selection of the thing to do, and you use the run of the battle menu to run away, you're gonna have, in the current moment, a 50% chance of running away from the enemies, which is, in some cases, way lower than the normal chance. But remember this 50% because in the future we will go back to it. Anyways, after almost dying from the freaking Squidward, I realized another very bad thing. After traveling all the way back to the first floor, I understood I wouldn't have access to the penance armor for a long part of the run. Let me explain. In order to get the penance armor, you need to either befriend Torture by selling Bachman and then later on selling Jean, or to steal the vault key from him. Steal is a skill, so we cannot use it, and we cannot befriend it because we arrived here from the basement, and Torture is bugged. If you come into the torture room coming from the basement, then Torture will not be able to understand that you want to sell Bachman. Pretty frustrating, right? And that's why I fixed it in my bug fix mode, of course. Also, we may accidentally have almost died against the easiest enemy of the game in the form of cave gnomes. But anyways, after this, there was the very first glimpse of hope in the run. Brightness. Pinecone pig! Pinecone pig! The run is over, guys! The run is over! Pinecone Pig Distraction is the whole reason I decided this run in my mind was possible, because I don't know if you know this, but Pinecone Pig Distractions allows you to craft a teeny tiny Pinecone Pig using a pinecone and a stick. And what does this Pinecone Pig do? It's an accessory that every time you enter in a battle, you have a 25% chance of actually receiving an item from a certain pool. And while it's not perfect because there are some enemies, such as, doors, on which you cannot use the Pinecone Pig, I think I can show you my setup. Actually, after using a throwing knife on Torture, on the left arm specifically, the one with the knife, Torture will not do anything, giving us an infinitely repeatable battle where we can actually gather some healing stuff, a small amount of literally everything, and in particular explosive vials, which will be very important until the late game. I was just trying to gather the majority of stuff in this moment because I wanted to have more options available before battle. Once I felt a little bit safer and actually able to deal with some yellow mages, which I know are skippable, but I want to have a safe plan, I actually made my way to the Cave Dweller village, took the rope, and just unlocked a little bit of shortcuts. Also remember, we cannot fight the ghost. We don't have a weapon, or I guess an item, that is able to damage them. So if we enter in a battle, and specifically if we get blocked in an angle against a ghost, the run is over. But anyways, I just literally unlocked the majority of the shortcuts, including in particular the one that leads from the prison to the level 7 basement where the guard should be. And now it's time for more torture farming, because we need something very specific. You see, the Pinecone Pig has a chance to drop red vials. Why do we need a red vial? Because we are gonna do something that is called the Crow Mauler despawn skip. Or, I mean, I just made that up because I needed something for the recording, but I guess it doesn't have a real name. Basically, let me explain to you, okay? You see, once you enter inside of Mahabre, and in particular inside of the center square, once you surpass this arc right here, the Crow Mauler is gonna despawn forever from the dungeon. But I think the developer made an oopsie-doopsie, because in the past version of this zone, if you stay on the rightmost part of the arc, the Crow Mauler will not despawn, because the event that makes it despawn is not present there. And you may ask, how do you go into the past before entering in the city of Mahabre? Well, some people don't know this, but in the Tomb of the Gods, the zone once you surpass the door that requires the Cube of the Depths, there is a time machine behind the door, and this door can only be opened either with lockpicking, by destroying it, or with a red vial. Since we cannot have lockpicking in this moment of the run because we are Ragnvaldr, and since we cannot destroy it because we deal 50 damage with an explosive vial, the only thing we can do is actually using a red vial to destroy the door and use the time machine to go into the past. Also, to be sure I didn't run out of torches before actually, completing the run, I made sure to immediately complete the Mahabre puzzle, so in case later on I will not have torches, I already completed it, and I may have made some mistakes while doing this. Up? No, But that's fine, let's go to the present, let's take the old passage key from the new zone unlocked from the puzzle, then let's go back to the past, and it's time to enter inside of the city of Mahabre. The main things we need to do here are of course defeating the new gods, but also we can use the money collected from the Pinecone Pig to buy soulstones from the vendor, and maybe some elixir of body and elixir of mind, and unlocking the blood portals, because fast travel is gonna be a very relevant asset in order to be able to spare torches and to just spare some time and some mind. But I think by this point I was starting to feel a little bit too confident, and I think some of you may know that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. In fact, while I was in the mines, I have the stupidest idea of asking the chat for a poll in which I should fight the Salmon Snake immediately or not. Immediately I mean without leaving the room, okay? And what do you think the chat chose? About that, are we able to take on the Salmon Snake in the current conditions? I don't want to do this anymore. Snap. Okay. Uncertain of my position. Snatch. No! No! I heard it. No! Right. Alright, yeah, let me tell you about my second attempt at dealing actually with this challenge. So basically, you know when you reach that point when actually losing makes you a little bit distracted and so you lose the focus and die over and over again without reason? I think I was reaching that point, and so I thought I needed some time to recover myself. And that's why in the new attempt, even though I didn't find the Pinecone Pig instructions, I found an empty scroll and I immediately used it in order to use the Pinecone Pig to farm, and during the farm, collect my thoughts and think about what to do next. And oh boy, it worked. I basically redid everything I did in the previous attempt, and I actually had a new plan without involving the chat this time. My plan was to kill the Gaunt Knight in Mahabre in order to gain the Gaunt Bassinet, because I don't know if you know this, but the arms of the Salmon Snake are able to stun you, and the Gaunt Bassinet protects you from stun. And even though this challenge wasn't easy against the Gaunt Knight, especially because I still didn't have the extra turn from White Angel Soul, and I think I also lost an arm against it or something, but no, wait, I lost both arms by this point? Whatever, we don't need arms, whatever. We cannot use weapons, I mean, the defense from the shield is kinda nice, but whatever, it's not a problem. So, also, in this moment, I decided to use another trick up my sleeve. Are you ready? If you go inside of this house in the past of Mahabre, you're able to collect infinite stones from this point of the wall. And you may say, why do you think stones are important? Because they deal 20 damage, but have a 70% chance of stunning the body part you're attacking, unless the body part is immune, of course. This is gonna be very important for certain enemies. And just to have an infinitely renewable, without too much farming with the Pinecone Pig, source of damage on some enemies. And by that point, I was once again ready, my opinion, to take on the Salmon Snake. This time I had a different plan, and I accidentally discovered a thing I didn't know before. Basically, I was trying to take off his tongue, because the tongue is the real problem. Once the tongue is fully out of his mouth, it's gonna always do a coin flip attack every turn. But every time you damage the tongue goes back, okay? But what happens if you place poison on the tongue, which deals damage every turn? You know what? Before, I'm scared one time I'm gonna miss the tongue. So, I'm gonna kill the tongue before doing anything else. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really scared one time I'm gonna miss the tongue. I want to kill the tongue now. Poison head. Wait, does the damage from the poison put the tongue back? I think the poison is putting the tongue back. I'm gonna try. Yeah. I accidentally discovered a way to make the Salmon Snake fight way easier than normal. And after a short amount of time, the torso finally fell because of the poison, and the victory on Salmon Snake was achieved. The first boss fight required for Ragnvaldr S Ending was finished. Yes! Stone Crown is ours. How do we celebrate this? By farming with a Pinecone Pig! There is a new place in which I can farm right now that torture is useless. The cave dwellers only have one attack with the stone arm, so if you cut off that arm, you have an infinitely reusable farming spot with the Pinecone Pig. Since it was becoming pretty late, I thought it was better to say goodbye to everyone by doing an interesting fight against a non-necessary boss fight, but that gave us access to an empty scroll, which is the Old Knight. It was pretty easy because now we have the Salmon Snake soul, so we don't even risk losing limbs, and the Gaunt armor was gonna give us a tremendously high amount of defense, which allowed us to slowly take the win. And this is the end of part 1.
Welcome, guys, to the final, maybe, episode of Ragnvaldr S Ending. Item only.
Part 2 starts out pretty confidently, actually I mean, previous time we were able to finally defeat the Salmon Snake, so we reached the record point of our run. What can happen wrong now, I mean?
If only I had known.
But let's start immediately with some farming which will for sure not be wasted, because we are not gonna die, right? Right? And after this farming, I had a fantastic 100 IQ idea. Fight the Iron Shakespeare. Smooth is about to get rocked. And I didn't realize that the Iron Shakespeare has some of the most powerful raw attacks in the game. In fact, even with all the armor I had, without an extra turn with the White Angel Soul, it was gonna be impossible. And I learned it the hard way. There is a problem. No. No! No, 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 no! So yeah, we may say part 2 is a reset button to the literal start of the run. No, because now we have even more knowledge. You see, every time you die, it's like Undertale. Every time you die, you have more knowledge, you understand more the mechanics, you know where to go, you know what to do, you know everything. You just need a little bit of luck in order to get to the Pinecone pig, and after that, it's always doable. Now, I just reach a stable spot without having defeated majority of bosses. I spend hours of farming because I wanted to be sure that this save file was gonna be the save file. No more deaths, nothing more. This one is it. And that's literally it. I mean, over half of the stream is me just using the Pinecone pig on the... What do I even talk about to summarize this? There is nothing to summarize. I just wanted to get healing items, mind items, food, you know, the usual stuff. That's literally it. But let's go to something actually interesting, okay? Because in this part of the stream, it's finally time to take down some of the new gods. And in particular, I decided to start with the easiest one? No, with one of the hardest ones, Chambara itself. How do we deal with him? First of all, we show once again our disrespect towards the challenge by using an empty scroll to get the purple vial. Did you understand? No, I think you didn't understand.
Empty scroll to get a purple vial.
Purple vial. That's because I was pretty tired of farming with the Pinecone pig, and I needed another purple vial to place poison on the enemy. In this run, basically, my two strategies are poison with purple vial or throwing darts, and use the stones to deal some damage. And eventually you can also use explosive vials and murky vials, but apart from that, that's literally it. So we approach the Temple of Torment after having created the husk. We start a battle with Chambara, and the setup is gorgeous. The strategy is perfect. We apply poison in the first phase, and I don't know if you know this, but the poison gets transposed to phase 2. There is only one teeny tiny problem with this. Chambara will not die because of poison. Chambara will go to 1 HP because of poison, but will not die. We still have to land a hit on him. And that's why I conserved one Murky Vial. Because I don't know if you know this, guys, but the Murky Vial is able to deal certain hit damage. What is certain hit? It's something that bypasses evasion. Because in this phase, Chambara has over 85% evasion. It would be pretty difficult to land a physical hit without destroying the two wheels. And it's over, guys. Chambara is defeated! Huh? What? Oh. Okay. I was so scared, man. Yeah, I almost got scared in that moment, but we can continue. So, after defeat Chambara, the world becomes dark. Everyone stops laughing. There is no more music. Welcome to the White Angel fight. This fight, Murky Vial...
Boop.
And this shows that the purple vial that I used with the empty scroll was useless. Fantastic. Okay, anyways. And last thing I attempted to do during this stream was actually defeating Valteil, which actually should have been the hardest challenge because, I don't know if you know this, but Valteil has a 33% chance with the right side of the brain to use Hurting, 33% chance of using Black Orb, and the left side can just do some mediocre damage, but the important parts are Hurting and Black Orb. If Valteil did Hurting and Black Orb at least one time in an unexpected moment, it was gonna be over. We were able to land the poison, and very slowly, before dying before Whispers of Growth, Valteil was down. I think you don't understand what you're talking about. This is Ragnvaldr, the god of ultra-violence, and we are so gonna win! Whispers of Growth. Oh no! I'm gonna lose. Oh no, what am I gonna do now? Oh no. You really thought this stupid mower was gonna end the run? But no, this time I was not gonna risk it. I learned from my mistakes. I know I have to be more careful, I cannot just rush everything. I decided it was already late and it was better to stop and continue next time with even more energy. So this is the end of part 2. Alright, welcome everyone, guys. Yeah, back to farming session, okay? Well, there was actually a special guest during this farming session, because I don't know if you know this, but I still didn't feed the Crow Mauler, and I think it's better if you watch, okay? Let's be honest, Frap not hating Reg and Olivia, is this true? Guys, he spawned in the exact moment in which I went there. No. Yes! Yes! Guys, we need to kill this stupid Crow Mauler. I cannot continue like this. We need to kill the Crow Mauler. And before you say, oh, Frapolo, how lucky you were to escape from the Crow Mauler with a 50% chance, I want to tell you, this is the moment in which I talk about the escape chance. You see, this may be the topic of a different video, but long story short, if the average agility of your party members is the double of the opponent's agility, then what happens is the escape chance will be always 100% from the party menu. Not from the skill, not from the skill, from the party menu. All the enemies in the game have 10 agility, I mean, almost all the enemies in the game. And the White Angel Soul gives me 10 more agility, going to 20. 20 is double of 10. So with White Angel Soul and one party member, we have 100% escape chance against all enemies in which you can escape. So after having my 7th art attack during this run, we can finally go and farm for some red vials in order to create more purple vials in order to win against more bosses. First on the list, the Cavemother. It's literally a very easy boss fight. I decided to use just explosive vials in order to take her down, because I don't really think we need to use a purple vial on this thing. And even the phase 2 goes down pretty easily with a murky vial. Now it's the turn for something actually quite challenging, the Black Witch. And the problem is, if we combine the poison damage with the black orb damage with the ritual knife damage, even by guarding, she does more than half of our HP, so we are never able to actually put the purple vial on her, or just destroy her with a murky vial or an explosive vial. So what do? The plan is to wait until she misses at least one of the 3 orbs of black orb, because black orb has 95% accuracy, that means each orb can miss with 5% chance. Poison her? No, it doesn't matter. The blindness doesn't affect the safe hits. I could poison her. Oh, missed! Okay, okay. Guys, purple vial on the torso. Okay. Torso. Okay. And now we guard, guys. Here we go. We guard. Please, 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 please. Okay, 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 okay. Yes! 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 The Black Witch is dead! And once that happens, it's over for the Black Witch. At this point I thought I was actually ready, I mean no, I wasn't ready, but I thought I should have tried to deal with the hardest enemy in my opinion of the whole game still remaining alive, because if I continued and then just died against it, I would have felt really, really bad. And so that's why our next target is gonna be the Skin Granny. Skin Granny is probably the hardest enemy to defeat without preparation, because you see, each one of her critical slashes done by the arms are able to put critical state, which will make it so that the next damage or healing that you should receive is gonna set your HP to 1. And this combined with the leg that is able to deal some damage with a kick just makes the battle very difficult if you don't have something called Salmon Snake Soul, because Salmon Snake Soul protects you from that, but there is another problem. The damage is too high. I need some way in order to be able to do extra turns. And that's where my man Isaiah comes in. Isaiah has a guaranteed orange vial drop. Combine that with a green vial made from yellow mucus, and use it with an Alchemilia particular that allows you to craft a brown vial, in order to get the perfect recipe for the win. So the plan was simple. We enter in battle. In the first turn, the Skin Granny does an attack. That's where, while we have a keep to the Salmon Snake soul and our best armor, we use the Brown Vial. Brown Vial gives us an extra turn for the rest of the battle. Now, it's just a matter of placing a Purple Vial or a Throwing Dart on her to poison her, and then wait, guarding and healing. We just have to wait 5 turns if I remember correctly, because she dies at 50% of their max HP, and the poison does 10% each turn. And just like that, the enemy I was the most scared of died. Without the speed buff. Okay? Guys, it's over! There is only one last boss that can end the run. Potentially 2 bosses that can end the run. Let's go! And with that, all the 3 new gods were defeated, all the 3 souls were collected, and so it was time to defeat the nameless figurine. Which was, can I call this a boss fight? Like I just used the Purple Vial and then guarded? Nothing special, not trying to make it miss or something, no. Poison Vial and just guarded and maybe healed 1 time, whatever. And then it's time to go, instead of the Golden Temple, to cut off the secret organ in the present, the one that actually allows you to go back into the courtyard and to collect from the ground the Butterfly Soul, which is another soul required for the Ragnvaldr S Ending. And some of you may know what's gonna happen now, okay? Let's say I used the old passage key because I wanted to defeat the old guardian, but I think playing it out is gonna be easier for you to understand, okay? Just watch. Pass? No, Nildan is a smash, come on. Oh wait, he doesn't have his arm destroyed. Oh right, he doesn't have his arms destroyed because I didn't destroy the arms of the other guy. Okay, whatever, they just do smash, if I remember correctly. Just do smash, if I remember correctly. I can just Purple Vial the torso and I'm fine. Hello? Oh! Bro! Calm down! Okay, this is genuinely a boss fight. I didn't know he was able to do a left kick, a leg kick. What was that? A boulder. Oh! No! 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 So, after that I got literally kissed by Olmir during this fight, I think it's time to farm a little bit more and, you know, actually not forgetting that you don't have the Gaunt Bassinet on, and so that stun is not prevented. While farming, also, I was thinking about a plan for Francois. You see, Francois is a very complex fight, we may say. In the phase 1, he does damage with a sword and a fire damage. In second phase, even the torso and the head has some attacks, so a lot of body parts that attack you. And I was really scared I wasn't able to out-heal the damage in time, and that's why I had another plan. I was gonna farm a lot of Purple Vials, at least 1 for each arm. And after that, it was finally time to go, because remember, I cannot talk, so I cannot prevent his damage, and his damage was not easy at all. As you can see, he did tremendous damage with 1 single attack. Brown Vial. Okay. Cutlass. Miss! Good! 42! 42 damage! But it's fine. We were able to slowly apply poison on both the arms, slowly kill them once they were at 1 HP using
stones.
And then, with the combination of Salmon Snake Soul that prevents us from burning, Brown Vial that gives us an extra turn, guarding and poisoning, we were finally able to defeat the last new god. It's basically a Black Orb, you're right. We did it! Yes! Only 1 more boss fight to go! We did it! And this leaves us with only 1 final battle. The battle I wanted to keep for last, for how symbolic it is as Fear and Hunger game as a franchise. The Crow Mauler. And even though the fight could have been easily won by just using a red vial on the head of the Crow Mauler and keeping the Iron Mask to prevent blindness, I wanted to do something special, okay? So I used the last empty scroll I had to learn Phase Step, and I took the Penance Armor. I don't know if you know it, but the Penance Armor protects you from the death against Peck, while not protecting from the blindness. But I didn't care. I didn't care about becoming blind at this point. I was literally at the last boss fight. After this, we can go and exit from the dungeon. And so, like if it was called from me, the Crow Mauler entered the room immediately when I called him. It's time, guys. Whether we win or lose, this was a lot of fun. There it is! He was ready! He was ready to come! He was just waiting! Here we are. This is the last fight, and the strategy is the one you can think of immediately. White Angel Soul, Red Vial the head, just for precaution, poison the torso, and then just wait for him to logorate himself. Flock of crows, blind me! I dare you! Blind me! I don't care! Ragnvaldr! Item only! We did it! We did it! We did it, guys! We did it! And just like that, it was over. We were finally able to complete one challenge that I thought was impossible, and this was just the beginning. After this, we did a lot of other challenges, and I think in the future I may cover them as well. But for the meantime, I thank every single one of you that was able to reach this point of the video. Let me know if you actually liked this sort of synthesis, if you think there are things that I can improve, and in particular, which challenge would you want next to be covering this form, in case you like it. But anyways, whatever the case, I hoped you had fun with this, and I will see you next time.